Hi guys, MGS here, back to give you another part of my Pokemon Liquid Crystal version playthrough. I don't know about you guys, but I really want to get out of here. So let me try to find my way here. That is, I have to decide on which portal to take, and that's not always fun. As we saw last time, it takes you in many different places. So I'm just gonna try this one. And where am I? I'm in a totally different place, so I might as well battle the Saturn grunt that is just standing here. Who are you? Well, you will soon know my name once I'm done defeating you in this battle. Saturn grunt would like to battle me, and he sends out his very powerful wheezing. So I can Dream Eater that, so first I'll use Hypnosis. And that's good because Wheezing is now fast asleep. So now I'm going for the Dream Eater. And that will deal super effective damage. And that's a one-hit KO on the Wheezing. So that's great for my Ben Yu-Gi-Oh, but not so great because it wasn't able to level up. Here comes a Golduck. So I will switch into my Meganium, who has a type advantage for being a grass Pokemon, who can deal super effective damage to water types. After Meganium munches on those leftovers, it's gonna have to take a Confusion from this Golduck, and it was a crit, but it still didn't do a whole lot. So the Razor Leaf will deal about 50% damage to this Golduck, because it is 2 levels higher, and Razor Leaf is decently strong, but it's still lacking in some power because it relies on getting critical hits for its power. So Golduck goes down to the second Razor Leaf. Here comes Carvanha. I'll just stay in. Carvanha is also a water Pokemon, so why not? So I'm surprised that I outspeed the Carvanha. I go for Razor Leaf, and that will one-hit KO Carvanha. And Meganium grows to level 54. Which is good. So Grunt was beaten. What? He can't believe he just lost. Now let me see who I can go into next. I think I will use my D21. Okay, so I have to go all the way around to get that item. But first, I have to battle another Team Saturn grunt. I want to be the very best that no one ever was. To steal them is my real test. I'll start by stealing yours. Sound familiar, guys? The theme music for the Pokemon anime, the very first season, but he kind of changed the lyrics a little bit. I just find that hilarious. So I'll go for Surf. D21 is weak against Psychic, so I'm gonna have to be careful here. Drowsy went for the Swagger, and that's going to sharply raise D21's attack. At the same time, it causes confusion. And confusion is not fun. So hopefully it doesn't hurt himself. And he went for another Surf. And that's not going to do it. Drowsy survived by a few hit points, and D21 just took a super effective Psychic, but because of D21's amazing special defense stat, I was able to take that pretty well. I knew you were going to do that. Healing with your Hyper Potions. So hopefully D21 is able to attack again, and it is. Went for another Surf, which sadly will be a 3-hit KO. So finally D21 snapped out of the confusion. Not that the confusion made any difference because I didn't even hurt myself, not even once. So another psychic. But D21 still taking that like a champ. Still hanging in there, munching on the leftovers. I'm just gonna finish it off with an icy wind. And finally Drowsy goes down. D21 grows to level 54. And here comes a Manectric. Better switch out. Let me see. I will go out into my Snappy, who does have a super effective Earthquake. Okay, time to shake him up with Earthquake. And that rocks Manectric's world, but it survived with a few hit points. Manectric doesn't want any more of Snappy's Earthquake, so it roared me out into Meganium, which isn't a bad choice at all, because Meganium resists electric attacks. So it's going for charge, and it's trying to power up its electric attacks. At the same time, it raises its special defense. What does it raise special defense? I don't know. I forgot. Anyways, Manectric is not a threat to me anymore. I just took it out with a Razor Leaf. Here comes Quagsire. The only thing super effective against Quagsire is grass, so it'll be smart to leave Meganium in. So I'm gonna go for a Razor Leaf, the obvious attacking choice. And that's times 4 super effective, but Quagsire somehow survived. And then now I'm going to take an Earthquake, but not to worry, that's not very effective on my Meganium. It's time to finish off this Quagsire with the second Razor Leaf. And Quagsire has been beaten. And the Grunt is also defeated. I just got owned harshly. Yes, you have. So now that this Grunt is beaten, I can't pass him because he's blocking my way to get to the other side there. So I'm gonna have to choose one of these portals. And it makes me nervous choosing one of these portals, but I'm gonna have to choose. I choose this one. So it looks like I'm in a different room. I'll use this protein on one of my Pokemon. Now let me see who I could use it on. Someone with a high attack stat. Give it to Fighter. I haven't used this HP up yet, so I might as well use that to further raise the defense of my Meganium. Okay, now it's time to move on, but first let me check my lineup. I will switch Ben-Yu-Gi-Oh to the front of my party. And let me see where I am. Oh, it's Axel, so I must be going the right way. Ah, MGS, there you are. I thought I'd wait here for you. According to the members on this floor, the remaining members of Team Saturn are upstairs on the next level. I'm gonna go ahead, MGS, be quick. So I'm gonna follow Axel up this floor, but first I'm gonna pick up this item which is a little hidden from view, which was an Ultra Ball. Okay, bring it on, Saturn Grunt. I'm tired of you guys. Are you ready? I am so ready for this. I want to dispose of you, so I can finally get you out of my way. So alright, Ben-Yu-Gi-Oh, let's get rid of his Golbat. I want to put it to sleep first so I can use Dream Eater on it, because I know it's weak against Psychic, it's part poison. So now that Golbat is asleep, I don't have to worry about any Confuse Rays. So Dream Eater will suck the HP from Golbat, dealing super effective damage, and that's a one-hit KO. And Ben-Yu-Gi-Oh is gonna level up, which is great. here comes a Jolteon. I better switch. I will go out into my Snappy. So going for the Earthquake, but Jolteon of course is one of the fastest Pokemon, and it goes for Thunder Wave to slow down Snappy. But that doesn't stop Snappy from using its Earthquake, but Jolteon survived. Grunt went for a Hyper Potion. So unfortunately my Snappy's paralyzed, it can't attack this turn. So now Jolteon's actually going for a super effective move, which is Pin Missile, because Bug is super effective on Psychic. Now 2 turns in a row, Snappy can attack. So I'm gonna have to see if I have anything to cure it, if I have any full heals or paralyzed heals. But from the looks of it, yeah, I do have a lot of full heals. I don't know why I didn't use that sooner. Jolteon went for an agility. I don't know why. It's already gonna outspeed Snappy. That was pointless, but it now went for a very powerful Thunder attack, its most powerful move, and that destroys Snappy. Sadly, Snappy goes down. So I'm going to go out into a Pokemon that can take Thunder attacks, which is my Meganium. Thanks to this Grunt's cheating ways, Snappy would have beaten Jolteon if it didn't get Parahaxed. So now Jolteon's going to use the same strategy as it did on my Snappy, going for the Paralysis first. I was going to go for Sleep Powder, unfortunately it missed. So I'm just going to use full heal right away. I don't want to get paralyzed and not be able to attack. Unfortunately, Meganium's also weak against Pin Missile, because yeah, Bug is super effective on grass types. But Pin Missile's still weak, but it is annoying that it attacks up to 5 times. So Meganium desperately needs to munch on these lefties so it can hang in there. So Jolteon goes for a Thunder attack. Hopefully that doesn't paralyze Meganium. It didn't. So Meganium took the Thunder pretty well, was able to get off a Sleep Powder. Because I really want this Jolteon to be put to sleep. I don't want my Meganium to take any Thunder Waves or too many more Pin Missiles. So I'm going to go for Razor Leaf now. Hopefully Jolteon's nap is pretty long enough for me to KO it. So the Razor Leaf looks to be a 3-hit KO. Hopefully that's long enough for Jolteon to stay asleep. And hopefully this is a crit, so I don't need to 3-hit KO it, but it wasn't, so I will have to 3-hit KO. So that's great. Jolteon stayed asleep for this last turn of Razor Leaf. So finally Jolteon's beaten. Jolteon is a pretty big threat to my team. So Quillfish is coming next, so I'll just stay in. And now I will go for Razor Leaf. Quillfish goes for a takedown, and Meganium is physically bulky. It could take those takedowns very nicely. So even though Razor Leaf is super effective, it's not going to 2-hit KO Quillfish. Quillfish missed the Hydro Pump, and that's good. So now another Razor Leaf will damage this Quillfish quite a lot. And now it's time for me to finish off this Quillfish. Okay, very nice work, Meganium. I wasn't ready. Well, too bad, you're supposed to be ready. So anyways, actually I don't know what level Fighter is. so it's still level 53. So since it's the lowest level Pokemon, I'm gonna switch it to the front of my party. Also use full heal. Even though if that gets rid of the Guts ability, it's better off if it attacks first. So I also want to revive my Snappy, because I may need it. Because I know Team Saturn likes to use some poison types. Okay, so now it's time to use Max Potion on Snappy. Okay, so I'm all set to move on. Okay. Oh, if I'd known that Nurse Joy was here, I wouldn't have used those potions. Your Pokemon looks a little tired. You should rest them a while. Well, thank you. I will definitely keep at it. Okay, but for now, I will end things here. Thank you all for watching. Comment, like, sub in the next part. I will try to find my way to Axel. So I'll see you guys then.